In this video, we are going to do some questions for your upcoming NIMHANS entrance examination, and from where these questions have been taken and from where you need to prepare. These questions have been taken from the CANF books. Along with that, these are taken from the CANF 7000. Along with that, this is taken from your previous year questions of M.Phil entrances. Along with that, this is taken from extra content and extra stuffs as well, which you need to do if you want to crack the NIMHANS entrance. Okay, but the basic and the basis and the structural foundation remains the same. Now the very first question is asking you, try to answer before me the correct answer for this particular question. Damage to the Broca's area of the brain is typically associated with difficulties in option number A given as language comprehension, option number B auditory processing, option number D language production, and option number C visual processing over here. Okay, now what do you think is going to be the correct answer for this particular question? Is it about language comprehension, or is it about language speaking or production? Okay, language speaking, is it about that, or is it about some visual or auditory information? Okay, what do you think? Option number A, B, C, D, what is the correct answer for this particular question? Okay, if you are marking option number A, you are absolutely wrong. If you are marking option number C, you are wrong. If you are marking option number B, you are still wrong, because the only correct option that is present over here is your option number D, that is your language production. Okay, so the way I am speaking right now, only because of the help of this Broca's area, where it is located, and the mnemonic for that will be your Facebook. Okay, you just need to remember the Facebook. I hope everybody of you have used that. But why Facebook? Because the Broca area or the Broca's area is situated, located, is present where? In the frontal lobe. Okay, so how many lobes you are having? You are having 4 lobes, and the first one is your frontal lobe. Then you are having the parietal lobe, then the occipital, and the temporal lobe over here. Now, where is this Broca area located? This Broca's area is located in the frontal lobe region over here. Okay, so option number D becomes the correct answer over here. And if you have given answer D as the correct option, you can give yourself 1 mark. If not, deduct 0.25 marks over here right now. Okay, now option number A is about language comprehension, and for comprehension you will remember only and only one area, that is your Wernicke's area for you. Okay, this Wernicke area is responsible for language comprehension. So the way you are understanding all these concepts, you are doing all these questions right now, is only and only because of the help of what? Help of your Wernicke's area. Now where this Wernicke's area is located? It is located in your temporal lobe. Okay, it is located in your temporal lobe, and this is the Wernicke's area. What is the mnemonic for that? The mnemonic for this is your WhatsApp. You will just remember the WhatsApp, Wernicke's area, auditory processing. This thing is also happening where? In the temporal lobe. And option number A is the correct answer if they would have asked about Wernicke's area in this particular question, but they are asking Broca's area, so you will mark option D as the correct option over here. Now option number B, auditory processing, and option number C, visual processing, has nothing to do directly with your Broca's area or Wernicke's area. Okay, yes, Wernicke's area you can understand. Once you will listen to the sound, the vibrations and all these things, your Wernicke's area is coming into picture. Along with that, you need to remember that this Broca area is connected to this Wernicke's area via what? Via your arcuate fasciculus. Okay, fasciculus. So remember that name as well, because it is important. Okay, arcuate fasciculus is the name through which this Broca area and Wernicke area connects, and they do some things, and that is why you are able to understand and speak based on that. So option number D becomes the correct answer. And now you need to remember that how this visual processing and this auditory processing is getting into picture. For that, you can refer to the books mentioned and you will find all these things over there. But right now you are watching my video, so now you will understand how this thing is going to work. Okay, this is your ear, and from where you are listening to all these sounds. And now what exactly is happening to this particular vibrations in your ear, what it is happening and how it is going inside, and what all things are happening inside your brain, we are going to look into that. Okay, but before answering this, you need to wonder, or you need to think, what is going to be the correct answer for this particular question. Arrange in sequence the network of auditory pathways. Okay, this auditory pathway is important for you? Options given as auditory nerve, then the cochlear nuclei, then the superior olives, then the lateral lemniscus, then inferior colliculi, then medial geniculate nuclei, and then lastly what you are having? You are having the primary auditory cortex. Now, can you think where this primary auditory cortex will be located? Try to think on that, where it will be located. Yes, you guessed it right. It is located in the temporal lobe. Okay, where it is located? It is located in the temporal lobe. And the next question which you are going to see and try to answer or think for that as well, the next option you are going to see is going to be associated with which lobe. Okay, but for now, the temporal lobe is having the primary auditory cortex, and whenever you will have the PYQs or whenever you will have that question that in which lobe your primary auditory cortex is located, what you will answer? You will always answer the temporal lobe. Okay, for your lifetime you will answer it is located in the temporal lobe. Okay, now this is your auditory nerve, then the cochlear nuclei, and this cochlear nuclei is coming into picture, and the mnemonic to remember is your ACSLIMA over here. Okay, what you will remember? ACSLIMA, and that is the exact mnemonic you can remember, because they can ask you anytime to arrange this thing in this order or out of these which is not included in the network of auditory pathways. So you should be able to answer these kind of questions as well. Okay, so now move ahead. First of all, we will look into how your ear looks or how it is working right now. Okay, so this is your ear, maybe left or right, whatever that scenario for you is. You are having this pinna which is important, then this is nothing is important. Whatever I am marking or I will be marking is important for you. Then these vibrations from my mouth are going into ears like this, and then you are having this tympanic membrane over here. Okay, this tympanic membrane vibrates and with the help of this malleus, incus and stapes over there. Then you are having these, the sound gets amplified. Then you are having these semicircular canals over there, and this is your cochlea where the main thing is going to happen. Okay, this is your cochlea, and from this cochlea you are having this cochlear nerve right now. Okay, this cochlear nerve is important, and this is only the second option which you have seen just now. Okay, so when the sound will reach till here by rotating from these basilar membrane and all these things will happen when your cochlea, the hair cells will shake or they will just move here and there, and then you are having this cochlear nerve. This cochlear nerve is important because the next image you are going to see will be very, very important. Okay, now you can see this is your ear, and from when this nerve will leave your ear, it becomes what? It becomes the auditory nerve for you, and that is why we have marked auditory nerve as the first option, as the correct option in the previous question. Okay, auditory nerve will be the very first. Then we are having what? We are having cochlear nuclei, as you can see it over here. And then where we moved towards your superior olives. As you can see, first one will be the auditory nerve. So whenever anything is leaving your ear, it becomes what? It becomes the auditory nerve. If it is leaving your eyes from the retina, that thing is leaving, it will be called as what? It will be called as the optic nerve. Okay, when that particular thing is leaving from your zone of sensory areas, this ear or eye, this will be called as the auditory nerve for your ears, and it will be called as the optic nerve for your eye, and I will show you that thing also in this video. Okay, so then we are having the cochlear nuclei, then we are having the superior olives, and then we are having this lateral lemniscus, inferior colliculi. This MGN is very, very important. Okay, this MGN is very, very important, called as the medial geniculate nuclei. Where it is located? It is located in the thalamus for you. Why thalamus is important and why it is sensory system? Because of only and only of this particular reason, not region. Okay, it is reason. So why thalamus is called as the relay center for sensory system, you will find out shortly. That yes, now you know the MGN, medial geniculate nucleus or nuclei, where it is located. It is located in the thalamus. What is the work of this MGN? To make your ear vibrations, make it understandable, comprehensible, like all these things. What it implies? That your sensory system, okay, sensory system is going from here to MGN, that is your thalamus, and via this thalamus, after passing from here, it will go towards your auditory cortex, and that is why you can relate these two options more now. Okay, these are important, not that much, but yes, these two are super important and these two are also super important. So now you have understood why after a medial geniculate nuclei, the information is going towards the primary auditory cortex, and where it is located? It is located in your temporal lobe for you, for everyone I mean. Okay, you can see other image as well, and this cochlear nuclei, then it is moving towards the superior nucleus of lateral inferior colliculi, then you are moving towards the medial geniculate nucleus. Okay, this MGN is in midbrain. Okay, this MGN, and that is why thalamus becomes important for everything. That is why we call the relay center for all our senses, leaving the olfactory one. Okay, and after that the information is going towards the primary auditory cortex, and where it is in your temporal lobe, as you can see right now on your screen. And over here you are having the Wernicke's area also, and that is why when you listen to things, you are able to easily comprehend quickly, because these two things are present in almost the same place for you. And as you can see now, which energy is going from there? This is going your physical energy right now. This is your physical energy, and via the process of what? Via the process of transduction over here. Via the process of transduction, this is going from here and here, and via this cochlear nerve, the auditory nerve, where it is going towards the MGN, medial geniculate nuclei, which is located in the thalamus. Then it is going towards the primary auditory cortex. Okay, this is this is your neural pathway, also same thing, network of auditory pathways in this particular question. Okay, so how it will travel? It will travel the same way. That is why you will mark option number 2 as the correct answer, and this is absolutely correct. Okay, and now coming back to our question, did you find any similarity with auditory processing with your Broca's area? Not that much. Okay, not possible. If it would have given Wernicke's area, then you might have think or confused, but it is not possible that you will mark Broca's area along with this as well. Now we are having this visual processing, and for that we will take help of one more question which will make you things very, very easy, and you will also understand the concept of optic nerve as well. Whenever anything is leaving your sensory systems or sensory areas, let's say for example eye, it will be the optic nerve. If it is ear, it will be the which nerve? Auditory nerve for you. Okay, so now the next question is trace the pathway of visual information processing. Okay, we have just learned about what? We have just learned about the auditory pathway. Now we will discuss about what? We will discuss about the visual information processing, or the visual pathway from our eyes to our ears. Okay, now as you can see, this is your tree right now, and this is the image which is the stimulus outside of your house, your window, your tree, or your veranda, your balcony, anything that can be. And while you are watching this tree, how this image is being projected? It is being projected something like this. Okay, I hope you would have learned this thing. Okay, it is a inverse, we can say the image is produced, or the inverted image is produced on our retina. Okay, in this particular retina, what we are having? In this particular retina, we are having the receptor cells. We are having what? We are having the receptor cells. And what are these receptor cells called in our eye? These are called as the rods and cones. What these are called? These are called as the rods and cones. Rods are helpful for our night vision, and cones, as you know, are somewhat bright, so it is helpful for our day vision. Okay, so rods and cones are the very first point of contact on our retina. So always remember this thing and try to figure out what is going to be the first option in this particular question for you, and everything else will be so easy. Okay, now geniculate nuclei send information to striate cortex, and now this striate cortex is nothing but another name for your one cortex, which I am going to tell you very shortly. Information reaches to extra striata cortex. This is some higher level thing. After it reaches over here, then it is retina sends to lateral geniculate nucleus. This is given. Then option number D, this can be the answer. Information reaches to inferior temporal cortex and parietal cortex. When we are discussing about temporal and parietal, we can associate that, okay, this has to do with your auditory right now, but what it is doing in the visual information processing, and that is why when you read books and you watch my videos, your knowledge just get enhanced. Now option number E is your stimulation of visual receptor. Okay, what is option number E? It is your stimulation of visual receptor. What do you think out of these four, will be the first answer. Okay, so it is options are given as, okay, options are given as C, D, A, B, A, E, C, I mean C, E, E. Okay, so they have given C, E, D as the first option. So retina sends to lateral geniculate nuclei. I want to focus you on this particular point over here. What they are mentioning? They are mentioning the LGN. You have just understood about MGN, so you can easily eliminate that. Okay, MGN is so inside. Firstly, it will go towards the cochlea, then the auditory nerve, then this cochlear nuclei, then towards the superior olives, then the lateral lemniscus and things like that. And then we are having the MGN, medial geniculate nuclei, in the thalamus very lately. Okay, it is not early, it is very in the mid side or very lately the information reaches or the sound reaches till there. Okay, but right now retina sends to LGN. How can this happen directly? Okay, how this retina can sense directly? Where is retina? Retina is right there in your eyes. Okay, you cannot touch it, but you can feel it, that retina, where this all image is getting produced in the inverted form right now. Okay, so this retina, from where it will leave, this point will be called as what? Try to think. This will be called as your optic nerve. Okay, this will be called as the optic nerve, and there is a particular pathway through which it will go and things will happen. Okay, now from this optic nerve, this LGN is very far away. So what you will mark the correct answer as? First one will be the option number A, stimulation of visual receptor. Now where these visual receptors are, first of all, what will happen before sending information here via the optic nerve? Okay, via the optic nerve, before the information has been sent over here, what will happen? You are going to see this tree. You are looking at this tree. The information or the image is produced in the inverse format like this over here. And now what will happen? Once this image is produced on your retina, what will be stimulated via your visual receptors? Okay, the rods and cones we are discussing. Once they are stimulated, the information will go from where? From the optic nerve for you. Okay, then what will happen next? Next will happen this option, retina sends to lateral geniculate nucleus. So E will come first. Then where are visual receptors located? These are located in the retina. So our first point of contact will be the retina. Then what will happen? Then the retina or retina sends to lateral geniculate nucleus. It will send to the LGN. Now try to think, if MGN is in thalamus, where will be LGN? Can you comprehend this thing? If you can, very good. This is located where? None other than your thalamus, and that is why it is called the relay center. Why? Because every information that is coming from your senses is your sensory system. Every information is going to pass only and only from the thalamus. After that, everything will happen into picture, leaving only one exception, that is your olfactory bulb over there. So E will come first, then will come the retina sends to lateral geniculate nuclei. Then what is happening? This LGN, okay, this LGN, then this LGN, this geniculate nuclei, send information to striate cortex, that is nothing else but your nothing but your visual cortex. And now where this visual cortex is located? This visual cortex is located inside your occipital lobe. Now you know about two lobes, that is, first one is the temporal, where you are having the auditory cortex, and you are having the occipital lobe, where you are having this visual cortex. Remember this thing. This is a prime PYQ of your M.Phil, M.Sci and these entrances. Now after this visual cortex, the other name for visual cortex is nothing but your striate cortex. Okay, now from this striate cortex, what will happen? Information will reach to the extra striata cortex, and after that, what will happen? The information reaches to inferior temporal cortex and parietal cortex. So how it is happening? This is your retina, where this image is inverted like this, and you are having the rods and cones in this retina, and from that we are making this optic nerve, and via this optic nerve the information is reaching towards where? It is reaching towards the LGN, the lateral geniculate nucleus, and from this lateral geniculate nucleus the information is reaching towards where? Towards your striate cortex or the visual cortex. Okay, this visual cortex, and after this visual cortex the information is reaching extra striate cortex. Is not that important, but you need to understand how you can associate that the things are where. Okay, the dimensions or the color and all these things are possible. Why? Because the information after reaching this visual cortex is going to pass to the parietal lobe and your temporal lobe via the V1 and V2 mechanism. That is not important that much for you, but you need to understand that you are able to understand that, okay, this is a tree and this is 10 feet away from me, 20 feet away from me. I am on a beach over here and I can see that ship or that boat way 100 meters far, 200 meters far, and all these things is happening. Why? Because of this complex mechanism that was complex previously but not anymore now. Okay, this is so easy for you to understand how you are looking at things. Only and only possible because of this particular phenomena or this particular processing that is happening in your brain. Okay, the image that of falling of that ship or boat or whatever you are seeing on your screen is falling inversely or in the inverted form on your retina. And from this retina, when this information will go till here, now the tree will become like this. Okay, or the boat or the ship will become like this. And after that, how far is that boat, what color, and all these things is possible because of the information is reaching towards the parietal cortex as well and the temporal cortex as well. Now this parietal cortex is responsible for what? For your somatosensory cortex as well. Okay, somatosensory cortex is located where? It is located in the parietal lobe. Okay, that is why let's assume that your eyes are closed, you are not looking at anything, but by the touch you are able to recognize what that particular thing is. Why? Because of this happening. But right now, once your eyes are closed, no information is going on your retina, but still you are able to figure out what that toy is or what that book is or what that, and is it a book, is it a plate, is it a spoon, whatever that is. Why? Because of this parietal cortex, which is, or parietal lobe, which is having what? Which is having your somatosensory cortex. Okay, and now once you know all these things, damage to the Broca area, why you will mark this, why you will mark this, these are just completely random options. Yes, I know language comprehension is through your Wernicke's area and language production is via your Broca's area, and that is why option number D is the correct answer, and this is called as what? This is called as the clarity. Oh yes, if you want to give the NIMHANS entrance, you need to do all these things on your own. Okay, now, and yes, if you're watching my video, it is good, and make sure to read all the things have been taken from the books only. Okay, it's not like that. Anyways, catatonia or catatonia is classified in DSM-5 as, if any other entrance examination can ask about catatonia or catatonia via DSM-5, do you think NIMHANS these guys are not going to ask? Okay, these guys are ruling RCI and you think that they will not ask about DSM-5 or DSM-5 TR? You're wrong. They will ask, and they can surely ask about the features of DSM-5, and recently they have just included that culture thing as well. So make sure that you are revising that as well. Now, catatonia is classified, or catatonia is classified in DSM-5 as, is it an independent disorder? No, it is not an independent disorder. A specifier across several disorders? Yes. This is also incorrect. A personality disorder? Yes, it can be, or a subtype of bipolar disorder. What do you think is going to be the correct answer? If you are sitting for the NIMHANS entrance, what do you think you will mark for this catatonia over here? Okay, what do you think you will mark catatonia over here? An independent disorder, a specifier across several disorders, a personality disorder, or a subtype of bipolar disorder? You need to answer this because it will give you 1 mark, and if you are not able to answer, you can give yourself 0.25 negative marks. What do you think? A, B, C, D, out of these 4, what is going to be the correct answer? And if you have marked option number B, you are correct, because catatonia is a specifier across several disorders. Now, it is not an independent disorder. So a disorder will be there present, and in that disorder you will have a particular specifier, and that is what catatonia over here is. Okay, it is not a personality disorder, and also it is not a subtype of bipolar disorder. For bipolar, you can have the bipolar 1, 2, and any other things as well. But right now you need to understand what this catatonia is and what is a specifier. Okay, now for you, first of all, what is catatonia over here? What is catatonia? Catatonia is a neuropsychiatric syndrome characterized by profound abnormalities in movement, speech, and responsiveness. It simply means you will be just static like anything. Okay, you will not speak. You can see also mutism as well, and all these things happen inside your catatonia. While patients are fully conscious, they may remain immobile, mute, or display bizarre, purposeless movements. So it is also associated with your body movements and all these things over here. Okay, now our question is catatonia is classified in DSM-5 Now you understood what is catatonia. Tonia is about your body tone and movement and all these things. Once you will read more about this thing, you will understand what catatonia is. That it includes many other things, and it is also given in your N book right now, right there. Okay, it is not an independent disorder. It is associated, or it is included for the further diagnosis using it is called as a specifier. Okay, a specifier across several disorders. It is not like that where you have seen this catatonia, you would have heard for the catatonic schizophrenia. So now in schizophrenia, you are having this catatonia. In etc. other syndromes as well, or other disorders as well, you are having the catatonia present over there, and that is why it is called as a specifier. What is the exact meaning of this specifier is that it will help particularly to that psychologist or that psychiatrist to diagnose them properly. Okay, it will help them to diagnose particularly to that individual, and it is called as a specifier across several disorders. Majorly you will have this in schizophrenia and any other disorders as well. It is present. Okay, why it is needed? It is whenever you will read this word as specifier, always remember that okay, apart from that diagnosis formulation, or apart from that particular thing which we are discussing about that particular disorder, we can also add on these things. Okay, it is simply a add-on. You can associate like that. Okay, now I will give you a example. If you have ever gone towards the McDonald's or the Pizza Hut or the KFC or any other these things over there in your entire life, what is happening is you are ordering a burger from there and they are pitching it right there to have a add-on like this. Okay, you can have a softie, you can have a Coke, or you can have any other thing. Okay, this add-on will help them. What will help them to diagnose properly your wallet. Okay, and they can also think that okay, you are having all this money and all these things, and you will add on more things. Okay, so it will be helpful for them. The same way, if we are discussing about the schizophrenia, we are not sure what is the severity, what is the exact thing happening, we can also have this catatonia as a specifier, because it also helps us to diagnose properly whether we are just looking to some random symptoms of these things, or is it really present over there, and are they having any other add-ons as well. Okay, so catatonia is important, and now you are going to see exactly what catatonic behavior is. Catatonic behavior is a marked decrease in reactivity to the environment. So if somebody is having schizophrenia, are they having this catatonic behavior or not? If it is present, it will help the person who is going to diagnose. If it is not present, he might have to scratch his or her head. This ranges from resistance to instructions. Now we can include negativism as well, mutism as well, stupor as well, catatonic excitement as well, and all these things are included over here. Okay, now the line from here is very IMP. Although catatonia or catatonia has historically been associated with schizophrenia, but catatonic symptoms are non-specific and may occur in other mental disorders as well. And that is the reason it is not classified as an independent disorder. Okay, you are not going to just order the add-on. Okay, you are not just going to order the garlic bread or your bread. Okay, or whatever that is. You are not going to order only garlic bread or only chocolava or only any other etc thing or any other that mineral water of 40 rupees. You are not going to order that. Along with pizza or along with any other thing, you are going to order this add-on. The same way as specified, you can associate that okay, this is an add-on catatonia over here, and it is also present in which disorder. Along with schizophrenia, you can have all these symptoms or all these behavior can be seen in bipolar or depressive disorders with catatonia. They will mention this thing as well. Okay, not just depressive disorders with catatonia. It becomes distinct in medical conditions, catatonic disorder due to another medical condition that is not for you. But you have understood it is not only about schizophrenia, in any other disorders as well, as you have seen in the bipolar and the depressive one, you can have the catatonic behavior. Okay, so it is a subtype of bipolar disorder. No, it is not a subtype of bipolar disorder. It is a specifier across several disorders, and that is why option number B is the correct answer in this particular question. Okay, so with this we'll finish today's video. You have just learned complete details about the lobes, their working, the auditory, the Wernicke's, and all these things you have seen. Make sure to hit that like button if you like the video. Make sure to share this video with your friends who are going to prepare for the upcoming NIMHANS, and 100% you are going to see questions in your upcoming NIMHANS entrance exam from the topics we have just discussed. For more such videos, make sure that you are liking, you are sharing, and you are commenting whatever you think. Okay, comment down below that is it included in personality disorder or not. What it is, the catatonia. Thank you and have a nice day ahead. Make sure to practice properly, read the proper books, the CANF. If you want to practice more mock series, you can enroll for the CANF 7000. The details are given in the description. You can mail us and take details and enroll for the CANF 7000 version and read more and more so that you can crack the upcoming entrances very, very soon. Wish you all the very best.